All right, what's poppin'? It's your boy Big Rich, Queens, New York City, where we get busy. Just threw some Thin Mints in the atmosphere. Gentlemen, wipe your feet on the rug. Throw some smoke in the air. Let's get right to some Sunday afternoon business. Mob Story Season 2. By the way of Cosa Nostra news by Ed Scarpo, Colombo street boss Tommy Shots Gioeli wants out of prison because of COVID-19. Former Colombo street boss Tommy Shots Gioeli, 67, is seeking to get out of prison about 4 years early because of the COVID-19 public health emergency, according to an email sent by the victim witness coordinator for the U.S. Attorney's Office of the Eastern District of New York. Gioeli was sentenced to 18 years for a 2012 conviction for several racketeering and murder conspiracy charges and is currently housed at Dunbury FCI. His BOP designated release date is May 2, 2024. Gioeli has faced 20 years at sentencing, but the judge gave him a break that baffled many law enforcement officials. The following emails from Lisa Foster, the victim witness coordinator for the U.S. Attorney's Office, Eastern District of New York. Quote, Defendant Thomas Gioeli has requested to be released from prison due to COVID-19 public health crisis. A hearing by phone is scheduled for Monday, May 18th at 11 a.m. You have the right to be heard either before the hearing and or at the hearing. If you would like to provide your views before the hearing, you can respond to this email by 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. If you choose to dial into the hearing on Monday, you do not have to announce your name, even if asked who just joined us on the line. If you would like to speak at the hearing, please let me know by 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time today, and I will inform the prosecutor for you. If you do dial in, please mute your phone until it's time for you to address the court if you choose to address the court. Thank you for your patience throughout this case. In 2014, Gioeli was sentenced in Brooklyn federal court for a slew of racketeering and murder conspiracy raps. The Colombo warlord, who lived in Farmingdale on Long Island when he was arrested, has been convicted in 2012 of plotting several gangland murders, including of Frank Marassa and John Minerva, who was also found guilty on a separate charge for orchestrating violence against mob rivals to gain power. Still, Tommy Shots was a winner, or at least he was acquitted for several murders that could have sent him away for life, including the 1997 hit on NYPD cop Ralph Dawes, who was shot to death supposedly for marrying ex-wife of former Colombo consigliere Joe Waverly Cachesi. Gioeli and Colombo soldier Dino Saracino was also cleared of the 1999 slaying of Colombo underboss William Wild Bill Catolo and the 1995 execution of Colombo associate Richard Greaves. Gioeli attorney Adam Perlmutter argued for leniency, saying that the aged mobster who has health issues, the 18-year sentence was like a life sentence. Perlmutter also read excerpts from letters of support for Gioeli that presented him as a caring grandfather and community pillar. Federal prosecutors pushed back, noting that longtime mobster Gioeli deserved a sentence mandated by the top of the federal sentencing guidelines. Quote, the defendant had every opportunity to lead a law-abiding life, said Assistant U.S. Attorney James Gatta before detailing Gioeli's long stretch of mob-related mayhem and murder. Judge Kogan noted that Gioeli's heinous crimes outweighed any alleged positive qualities, yet the judge still failed to hit him with the maximum 20-year sentence. Some took issue with Kogan because the judge never mentioned the doll slaying, noting that only he had found that Tommy Shots had killed Greaves and Wild Bill, despite the fact that Colombo turncoats Joseph Joe Caves Campetiello and Dino Big Dino Calabro implicated both Tommy Shots and Saracino in the cop's murder. Kogan said at various proceedings that Gioeli got only a slight discount from the 20 years because he was sick and had spent years awaiting trial at the MDC. The judge viewed that stint as especially harsh for Gioeli. Several law enforcement officials argued that the judge's sentencing of 18 years rather than 20 made no sense. One law enforcement said the judge said that he got away with 2 murders, which means mandatory life. They're dead, he's alive, and he gets a break. Makes absolutely no sense to me. In August 2015, a Manhattan federal appeals court affirmed Gioeli's 2012 racketeering conspiracy conviction. On appeal, among other issues, Gioeli's attorney had argued that the wife of the informant and former friend Dino Calabro had secretly collected evidence for the government by faking social visits to Gioeli's wife. The appeals panel ruled that it was permissible for Andrea Calabro to use the ruse of friendship to gather evidence. Also, she acted on her own on direct behalf of the feds when she secretly stole a Gioeli address book. Just a little bit on Wild Bill, right? Wild Bill went missing when he was a Colombo underboss. He was 49. Wild Bill was last seen near Shore Road and 92nd Street in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn on May 26, 1999, after he drove to a garage there. In the process, Wild Bill lost an FBI tail. It was quickly clear that Wild Bill had been murdered. His Colombo cohorts didn't exactly hide their bad intentions. Jackie DeRoss, Bill's longtime partner and friend, came around his home looking for Bill's loan shark books the very next morning. During the 91-93 Colombo War, Bill stood with the acting boss Vic Arena's faction. Fast forward to 1999. Acting boss Little Alley Boy Persico was going to jail on a gun charge, and that meant Wild Bill, who had worked his way to underboss, was in position to be the most powerful mobster in the Colombo family on the street. He could have easily seized control of the crime family. The Persicos apparently didn't want to take that chance. A former NYPD detective explained the situation like this. The Persicos felt that Bill was going to make a move to take over the family, and they weren't going to let that happen. Ali started to secretly recruit big earners in Billy's crew. He started to understand what Billy was making. It was a very calculated move. Only Ali Boy left a trail of breadcrumbs from the murder straight to himself. In October of 2008, acting on an informant's information, desgraciado, federal agents found Bill's remains wrapped in a blue blanket and buried in a field in East Farmingdale, New York. A forensic dentist later confirmed his identity. In February of 2009, U.S. District Court Judge Joanna Sabert sentenced Colombo acting boss Alphonse Boy Persico and John Jackie DeRoss to life imprisonment for their roles in the murder. First of all, salute to Ed Scarpo, Cosa Nostra News, right? We thank you for the story. Mob Story, Season 2. This is your boy Big Rich. Like, comment, share. Let me know what you're smoking on. Always look out for new mob stories, all right? We're putting at least one story up a day, right? You know, like, comment, share, subscribe. And with your boy Big Rich, we will talk soon. Salute.